Glare snaps the run with a clean hit, bringing the score to 1-4, coming off a fresh 13-7 win against Ignis. Lancer knocks him off the ramp to push the lead to 5-1. He's currently sitting in the upper half of our ladder. Lancer takes him from the ramp to push this lead to 6-1. Lancer's been active today, playing 17 games so far. Slow burn of a fight, but he comes out untouched to make it 3 in a row. Took a bit longer, but he still walked away clean. He picks him off the ramp to keep the run going, making it 4 in a row. The favorite is playing exactly to expectation here. He catches him from the ramp without taking a hit, making it 5 in a row. He picks him off from the window for 6 in a row, nearly wrapping up the half. Clean as a whistle, just before the break. Lancer leads 10-2 at the break. He's playing exactly like the favorite we expected, using a 6-round streak to push this into a blowout. Glare needs a total reset to keep this competitive. Sides, swap, fresh start. Glare knocks him off the ramp to put 2 in a row together. A tough day for Lancer, who just lost to Ignis earlier. Lancer picks him off the ramp, keeping the score at 11-3. Glare ranked 23, can't find a way to sustain the push. He shuts it down without taking a hit. Match point for Lancer at 12-3. Lancer's rank 15 standing is on full display here. Whoa, he just deletes him in under a second without taking a single hit. Just a fraction of a second and the momentum shifts. He breaks the streak with another clean win, making it 2 in a row. The underdog is finally starting to push back. Unreal. He survives with just 9 HP to make it 3 in a row, denying Lancer match point. Insane poise to survive that close and keep the run alive. Boom, Lancer shuts it down without taking a hit to take the map. He just had Glare's number all day. Lancer continues to own this head-to-head matchup. Welcome to Redline. Ignis takes on Glare today, with the favorite looking to maintain their strong head-to-head lead. Glare takes the early lead from the ramp, putting the favorite on his heels right out of the gate. He's riding a win over Ignis from earlier today. Unreal, he survives with a single point of health after taking the win from the ramp. The underdog defying the heavy favorite's usual lead here. Both players bleed out in a scrap, but he keeps the streak alive at 3-0. Ignis, rank 13 on the ladder, is struggling to answer here. He catches Ignis right off the ramp for 4 in a row, mirroring that 13-7 result from their last meeting. Boom! Ignis breaks the run with a trade-off from the ramp to make it 2-4. Our rank 13 guy usually holds the edge in this matchup. Ignis leads the all-time head-to-head 539-214, but that history isn't helping him right now. Glare is playing like he's forgotten the gap in their ratings, proving that the ladder doesn't always dictate the result. The question is whether Ignis can reclaim his usual edge. Ignis catches him from the ramp, taking 2 in a row to chip away at that lead. 2 quick ones in a row to close that gap. Glare still holds a comfortable 6-3 cushion here. Quick trade there, just 3 seconds to settle it. He's coming off a 6-11 run over the last day. He claws back another one, showing real resilience to bring the score to 4-6. He doesn't even take a hit, deleting Glare in under a second to keep this comeback alive. 6 at the break. This matches expectations despite the dead heat as the favorite fought back from a 3-6 hole. Ignis holds a 72% all-time win rate here, but Glare is making him work for every single round. Side swap, fresh start. Glare edges ahead 7-6 to reclaim the lead. Rank 25 of 43, refusing to back down here. Whoa, a complete bloodbath that leaves him standing with just 14 HP to make it 8-6. Absolute scrap for that one, barely survives again. He survives a frantic exchange to keep the streak at 3, moving the score to 9-6. Insane. He barely hangs on with 22 HP to take the win from the ramp, making it 4 in a row. Boom. He snaps the run from the ramp to make it 7-10. Clean exchange there, settled in under 2 seconds. Half a second. These rounds are ending in a blink and Glare is just too fast right now. Unreal. He survives a total slugfest with just 14 HP to bring the score to 8-11. Man, he's just refusing to go down today. Clean kill for Glare to make it 8-12. He's now on match point. Underdog flipping the script on the favorite here. Boom! He deletes Ignis in under a second without taking a hit to take the map. He just completely flipped the script on that head-to-head history. Glare takes the upset over the rank 13 guy. Welcome everyone. Ignis and Lancer face off on Mapas with the favorite looking to keep their lead today. Ignis leads the head-to-head, 832, 579 over Lancer. He also took their most recent meeting, 13-8, showing a clear historical edge in this rivalry. The question is whether Lancer can flip the script today. Whoa, a total bloodbath that he barely survives, making it 3 in a row. Living on the edge with another low HP survival. Both players take heavy damage, but he comes out on top. That's 4 in a row. The favorite is playing exactly to expectation here. Lancer snaps the round with a clean kill, making it 4-1. Fastest kill of the match so far. Both take heavy hits, but he survives the exchange to make it 2 in a row. The underdog is starting to flip the script here. Lancer isn't slowing down. He takes this one without taking a hit, making it 3 in a row. Pure efficiency, barely letting him breathe. Unreal. He erases the deficit completely with 4 in a row to tie it 4-4. Insane speed on that last kill to lock the tie. Boom, he takes the lead with 5 in a row, completing the comeback from that early deficit. The underdog is completely erasing the pre-match expectations. Unreal. He pulls out the butterfly knife to tie it at 5-5. Two players sitting almost identical on the ladder right now. Ignis takes him from the ramp to extend the lead. Lancer is struggling to put a stop to this run. 6-6 at the half. This is tracking with the pre-match expectations, though it's closer than the 59% head-to-head edge suggests. We've seen a 4-round run for Ignis and a 5-round answer from Lancer. Sides swap, fresh start. Lancer doesn't take a single hit here, showing great resilience to keep this comeback alive at 7-6. Cleanest kill of the half so far. Ignis strikes back to deadlock this at 7-7. Two players sitting right next to each other on the ladder. Lancer catches him from the ramp, showing great resilience to take the lead 8-7. Fastest kill of the second half so far. A gritty exchange where he survives the trade to make it 2 in a row. The underdog is firmly in control now. Two players sitting right in the middle of the upper half. Wow, both players take heavy fire in a brutal scramble, but he survives the chaos to tie it 9-9. Another one where he clings on with a sliver of health. Ignis doesn't take a hit and breaks that streak, making it 3 in a row. He's currently sitting at rank 13 on the ladder. Lancer answers back with a clean hit, deadlock at 10-10 as he keeps fighting. The underdog continues to defy those pre-match expectations. Lancer breaks the streak with a gritty win, taking the lead 11-10 as he continues this climb. Tough break for Ignis to see that momentum swing back. Boom, he wipes him out in under a second to hit match point, making that 3 in a row. Ignis shuts him down without taking a hit, keeping Lancer at match point. The favorite refuses to let this one slip away. Boom, Lancer knocks him off the ramp to complete the comeback and take the map. He finally breaks that historical slump against Ignis. Those low HP scrambles kept the favorite in it, but he just couldn't close it out. What a fight. Welcome everyone, Glare and Lancer face off on Dunes with the favorite looking to keep their momentum going. Lancer leads the head-to-head 749-611 over the long term. He actually beat Glare in their most recent meeting, so he should have the mental edge here. We'll see if Lancer can shake off that slow start. Lancer edges ahead 2-1 as Glare fights back. He's sitting in the upper half of the ladder right now. These rounds are over in a blink. Neither player is giving the other a second to breathe. Glare takes the lead 3-2 with a huge play. The favorite is feeling the pressure here. Lancer ties it up at 3-3, complete deadlock. He's currently sitting at rank 13 on the ladder. Glare is starting to pull away here, grabbing a 2-round cushion in a very tight set, gone in under 2 seconds. Lancer is 18-15 in the last 24 hours, making him one of the most active players in the league today. He usually handles this matchup well, but the ladder is seeing a shift in momentum. The question is whether Lancer can stabilize before this gap grows. Lancer claws back to 5-5, absolute parity now. Coming off a strong 13-6 win in their last meeting. 3 in a row for Lancer, who doesn't take a single hit here before the break. Cleanest kill of the streak, finishing with full health. 6.5. Lancer entered as the favorite, but Glare is playing him evenly. Lancer has the map advantage with a 50% win rate here, yet he hasn't been able to pull away. Switch sides, fresh start. Glare breaks the tie to go up 7-6. Another clean kill without taking a single hit. The underdog is flipping the script here. Lancer strikes back to make it 7-7. Glare is currently sitting at rank 23 on the ladder. Lancer is starting to pull ahead here, taking 3 of the last 4 to grab a lead. Coming off a 70% win rate in his last 10 games. He snaps that streak right back. 3 in a row for Lancer to make it 7-9. The favorite is asserting his place in the upper half of the ladder. That's 4 in a row for him, extending the lead to 10-7. Gone in under a second. Boom! Glare snaps the run with a half-second kill, showing some real grit to stay in this. He doesn't take a single hit, making it 2 in a row as he claws back into this. Lancer shuts that door quickly, keeping Glare from building any real momentum here. Took fight of the set, taking over 3 seconds to resolve. Lancer shuts him down without taking a hit, moving to match point at 12-9. The favorite's finally closing in on this one. Game over. Lancer shuts it down to take the map. He keeps that head-to-head lead intact. Glare fought hard, but Lancer's form is just too strong right now. Welcome everyone. We've got Ignis and Glare facing off on fast aim, with the favorite looking to secure another win. Ignis has a 71% win rate in their head-to-head history. Glare actually took the most recent meeting between these two, so he's looking to prove that wasn't a fluke. We'll see if Ignis can get back to their usual standard here. Glare leads 2-1 as Ignis fights to stay alive, coming off that 13-8 win in their last meeting. Ignis takes it from the ramp, bringing this back to a dead heat. Ignis, rank 15 on the ladder, looks back in control. Ignis takes it from the ramp, putting together 3 in a row to seize the lead. The favorite is asserting his authority here. Glare picks him off the ramp to keep this one completely level. Coming off a tough 11, 13 loss to Lancer just now. Glare edges ahead 4-3 to reclaim the advantage. Quick work. That one was over in a second. He knocks him off the ramp, making it 3 in a row. The underdog is flipping the script today. Glare wins the trade-off on the ramp, making it 4 in a row. Rank 25 on the ladder is playing like the boss here. Whoa, he survives with just 8 HP after a brutal scrap to make it 5 in a row. Unreal, he's barely clinging to life after that scrap. He catches him from the ramp to make it 6 in a row. He's repeating the 13-8 result from their last meeting. Glare leads 9-3 at the break. Ignis entered as the clear favorite, but Glare is tearing the script up after a 7-round streak. The rank 25 player is putting the 15 seed in a hole. Side swap, Ignis needs a Ignis takes it from the ramp, finally breaking that scary run from Glare. He's trying to shake off that 11-13 loss to Lancer. Ignis takes it from the ramp, chipping away at that lead with another quick win. Clean work, barely 2 seconds for that kill. Glare takes it from the ramp, putting some breathing room back between them. Just like that 13-8 result from their last meeting. Ignis has a 16-16 record in the last 24 hours, showing some inconsistency compared to his usual standard. He's struggling to put together a long run today, which is letting Glare stay in the driver's seat. The question is whether Ignis can actually close this gap. Glare shuts him down from the round. Match point. The underdog is completely flipping the script today. Ignis catches him completely clean, keeping the dream alive at 7-12. Clean read there to keep this going. Boom. Glare knocks him off the ramp to take the map. He just completely shut down the history books here. Glare's got Ignis' number today despite that massive head-to-head gap. Welcome everyone. Ignis and Lancer meet on red line with the favorite looking to bounce back in this duel. Ignis leads the all-time head-to-head 832, 580, which usually gives him a psychological edge here. Lancer has been playing better recently though, coming into this on a free win streak. The question is whether Lancer can flip the script again. Lancer knocks him off the ramp to tie this up. 2-2. He's coming off that 13-11 win over him just now. Ignis pulls ahead 3-1, putting Lancer on his heels. Lancer rank 13 on the ladder, struggling to hold this one. Ignis grabs the lead 3-2 to reclaim control. Quick exchange there, just under 3 seconds. Ignis takes him from the ramp, extending that lead to 4-2. The favorite is starting to assert himself here. Ignis has been 16-16 in the last 24 hours, and he is using this match to shake off a rough run of form. He is currently overturning the momentum Lancer built during his recent win streak. We will see if Ignis can maintain this pace. Lancer snaps the streak with a clean kill, showing real resilience to keep this close at 5-4. Pure speed there, just under 2 seconds. Wow, he wipes him out in under a second to tie this at 5-5. That's 3 straight for Lancer. Ignis halts that run with a clean hit to reclaim the lead. 6-5, heading into the break. Perfect timing to wrap the half. Ignis takes a 7-5 lead. This match is the pre-match read, with the favorite staying on top, even though Lancer fought back with a 3-round run. We'll see if Ignis can close this out on his preferred map. Side swap, fresh start. Ignis surges ahead 8-5, leaving Lancer in the dust. Lancer rank 13 on the ladder, can't find an answer. Ignis takes him from the ramp to push the lead to 9-5. A much slower pace there, nearly 9 seconds to settle it. Lancer claws one back to make it 9-6. Lancer is riding that 70% win rate over his last 10. Whoa, a total bloodbath. He survives that exchange by a thread to make it 10-6. Unreal, he's surviving these fights by a sliver. Lancer fights back, narrowing the gap to 10-7. He's riding that 18-14 run from the last day. These rounds are over in a blink. Ignis just needs a couple more of those quick kills to wrap this up. Lancer takes him from the boxes to keep this contest alive. He's coming off a 13-9 win over Glare earlier today. He shuts that down quickly to reach match point 12-8. The favorite holding steady just as expected. Lancer survives a messy trade to stay alive, keeping this at 12-9. Quick response there, keeping this under 2 seconds. Lancer doesn't miss, breaking the streak to make it 12-10. He's refusing to go away. The underdog is making a real case for the upset here. Lancer catches him from the ramp. That's 3 in a row as he keeps fighting back. The underdog is flipping the script entirely here. Insane, he survives on just 14 HP to win the map, 13-11. He barely scraped through 3 times under 30 HP to hold off that charge. Lancer gave him everything today. What a fight. Welcome to Berserk League. Glare and Lancer face off on Italy with the favor looking to secure another win. Lancer leads the head-to-head 750 to 611 and is typically the one with the edge in this pairing. Despite that history, Glare has the better win rate on this specific map. The question is whether Lancer can push his overall lead here. Glare pulls ahead 2-1, putting Lancer on the back foot. Wow, 1 second is all he needed. Back and forth we go. Neither one can put together a real run to break this deadlock. Lancer rank 13 on the ladder, keeping this tight. Lancer fights back to claim a slim 3-2 lead. He's coming off a 39 win against him earlier today. Unreal. A total bloodbath that Glare barely survives to tie it at 3-3. Insane, he scrapes by again with barely 21 HP. Glare snatches the lead, making it 4-3. Boom, a total blur over. He doesn't even take a hit, that's 3 in a row for Glare. The underdog is flipping the script here. 4 in a row. He barely takes a hit to make it 6-3. Lancer rank 13 on the ladder is feeling the pressure. Lancer snaps the round with a clean kill, showing real resilience to bring it to 6-4. The favorite is finally starting to push back. Lancer is sitting on an 18-15 record over the last 24 hours, but he is struggling to translate that form into this specific match. The gap between these two on the ladder is wide, yet Glare is the one controlling the pace right now. We have to see if Lancer can bridge that gap before halftime. Glare leads 8-4 at the break. The underdog is completely flipping the script. On the favorite here, Glare's 54% win rate on Italy is showing, and he's now just 5 rounds away from a surprise victory. Side swap time for a reset. Glare extends the gap to 9-4, dominating this set. The ladder gap isn't showing at all right now. Glare hits 10-4, absolutely cruising toward the finish. Lancer rank 13 is getting outplayed by someone outside the top 20. Lancer keeps the game alive. He just needs a few more rounds like that to make this a contest again. Quick exchange, but he gets the kill. Lancer claws back, but Glare still holds it 10-6. Coming off a 13-7 win over Ignis, he can't quite close this. Glare picks him off the wine, and he does it in under a second. Under a second for that kill. Lancer is fighting back. He's putting together a run to keep this from becoming a blowout. He's playing for the favorite side of the bracket here. He survives a quick trade to take the lead to 12-7. Match point for Glare. The ladder gap is completely invisible right now. He doesn't even take a hit, keeping the dream alive at 12-8. Purest shot of the set, not a single bullet wasted. He shuts that down in under a second, taking 2 in a row to make it 12-9. Lancer doesn't take a single hit. He's won 3 in a row to keep this alive at 12-10. Lancer catches him from the wine, making it 4 in a row to keep this alive. The favorite is finally reclaiming the momentum. Game over. Glare shuts the door and takes the map 13-11. Lancer fought back so hard, but he just couldn't overturn that head-to-head deficit. Glare takes a huge upset here. He had to work for that. Welcome to Fast Aim. Ignis and Glare face off now with the heavy favorite looking for a strong win. Ignis takes it from the ramp to start things off, keeping that lifetime head-to-head lead in mind. He's coming off a fresh 13-11 win against Lancer. Ignis knocks him off the ramp and these rounds are ending in a blink. Glare's coming off a 13-11 win against Lancer. Ignis holds a 71% win rate in their all-time head-to-head. But Glare took their most recent meeting on this map and is looking to repeat that result today. The question is whether the favorite can reclaim his usual edge. Ignis cruises to 4-1, leaving Glare trailing behind. The rank 14 player is showing why he's the favorite. Glare answers back quickly here, showing some resilience to cut the lead to 4-2. Underdog starting to chip away at that lead. Ignis takes him from the ramp, extending the lead to 5-2. Both players in the upper half of our rating. Ignis takes him from the ramp and is really starting to pull away here. Glare takes him from the ramp and he's starting to narrow that gap. That was a blink and you miss it, killed. Glare picks him off the ramp to snap the streak, bringing the score to 6-4. 2 quick ones in a row to keep this close. Glare wins the scrap on the ramp, making it 3 straight as he claws back before the break. Tight scrap that wraps the first half. Ignis leads 7-5, distracts with the pre-match read. Though Glare kept it close with a 3-round streak, Ignis is leaning on that 71% all-time head-to-head win rate to maintain the edge heading into the switch. Side swap, let's get back in. Wow, what a scrap. He survives a total bloodbath with just a sliver of health to make it 7-6. Insane to see both of them survive on a sliver of health. Ignis is sitting on a 17-15 record in the last 24 hours. He's playing with a bit more momentum than Glare, who has struggled to find the same consistency today. The question is whether Ignis can pull away before Glare finds an answer. He snaps that streak immediately. 3 in a row for Ignis to make it 10-6. He keeps it rolling. That's 4 in a row to make it 11-6. He's playing like the favorite we expected today. He knocks him off the ramp for 5 in a row. Match point for Ignis. Fast, clean, and completely in control. Glare snaps the run with a clean kill to keep this alive. Wow, a total shutdown in just over a second. Boom! Ignis deletes him without taking a hit to take the map 13-7. He just couldn't let Glare keep that recent map win alive. Ignis protects his head-to-head lead in a clean one. Welcome to Berserk League. Ignis and Lancer face off on Mappas, with Ignis entering as the slight favorite. Ignis leads the head-to-head 833, 580 over his opponent, showing a long history of success here. He actually beat Lancer in their very last meeting, so he'll be looking to regain that control quickly. The question is whether Lancer can defy the history books today. He keeps it rolling. 3 in a row for Lancer, coming off a 13-7 win against Glare earlier today. Boom. Ignis snaps the round with a clean kill to make it 2-3. That was fast, just under 2 seconds to end it. 2 in a row for Ignis, showing real grit to close the gap to 2-3. The favorite is starting to impose his will. Unreal. He catches him from the ramp to tie this up at 3-3. Complete reset. We're back to square one here. Lancer just can't find a way to stop him right now. Lancer takes this one back, moving ahead 4-3. Lancer is fighting to flip the script after that 13-11 loss earlier. Lancer is 18-14 in the last 24 hours, showing a level of consistency that's keeping him ahead here. He's playing with a lot more confidence than his recent match history suggests. The question is whether Ignis can break this momentum before the gap widens. He knocks him off the ramp without taking a hit, showing real resilience to keep this close at 4-6. Clean work to keep this within 2. Lancer pulls further ahead, now leading 7-4. Lancer is playing well despite that 11-13 loss to him earlier. Lancer leads 7-5 at the break. He's defying the odds and pushing the favorite into a hold. Despite Ignis winning 59% of their head-to-head history, Lancer is the one controlling the pace right now. Sides, swap, time to reset. He claws one back to make it 6-7, refusing to let the gap grow. The favorite's starting to put that leather edge on display. Whoa, he does it again. 2 in a row for Ignis to tie this up at 7-7. The favorite's finally found his footing after a shaky start. Wow, he's just not missing. 3 in a row for Ignis to take the lead. 8-7. The favorite is finally playing to his... Insane. Both players trade heavy damage, but he survives to make it 4 in a row. Barely survived that one with 41 health. Absolute shutout. He makes it 5 in a row, completely erasing that early deficit to lead 10-7. He's just not stopping. 6 in a row for Ignis to take an 11-7 lead. The ladder favorite has completely seized control. Insane. He barely scrapes by with 21 health to hit 7 in a row. Match point for Ignis. Man, he's just refusing to go down. Lancer snaps the run with a perfect kill, keeping Ignis at 12. Huge stop to keep this from being a blowout. He keeps the dream alive with another win, making it 2 in a row for Lancer. Quick work there, just over a second to end it. Boom! A perfect shot to wrap this up. Ignis fights back from that deficit to take the map 13. That 7-round tier in the second half was just too much. Ignis keeps the win streak alive against Lancer. Welcome everyone. Glare and Lancer are facing off on dunes where the favorite looks to secure a win. Whoa, what a scrap. Both players poured it on, but Lancer barely survives to take the lead 1-0. Lancer holds a 55% win rate in their head-to-head history, and he is playing right into that long-term edge here. It is a stark contrast to their last meeting where Glare managed to pull out a win. Now the question is if Glare can find an answer to this start. Lancer cruises to a 3-1 lead, dominating the pace. Lancer ranks 16 on the ladder, looks every bit the favorite. These rounds are over in a blink. Lancer is just faster to the trigger right now. 2 in a row and both under 2 seconds. Lancer snaps that run and keeps it rolling with 3 in a row. He's playing with a lot more confidence than his last few matches. Insane Glare barely scrapes through that bloodbath, ending it with just a sliver of health to make it 3-5. Unreal, they both nearly empty their clips, but Lancer survives with just 3 HP to make it 2-6. Lancer has been 18-15 in the last 24 hours, and that steady form is showing up in the scoreline. He's shaking off a string of recent losses to get back to his usual standard here. The question is if Glare can find any way to slow this momentum. Lancer pulls further ahead, now sitting at 8-3. Lancer is fighting to shake off 3 straight losses in his recent matches. Lancer leads 8-4. This half plays out exactly as expected, with the favorite using his 50% map win rate to keep Glare at bay. Glare needs to tighten up his defense to close this gap after the switch. Sights swap, fresh start for Glare. Lancer pushes to 9-4, nearly putting this away. Lancer rank 16 on the ladder, is simply too consistent. Glare claws one back to make it 5-9. Gone in just over a second. Glare is chipping away at this lead, turning a comfortable cushion into a fight. Coming off that 13-11 win against him on Italy. Glare strikes again to bring it to 6-10. Lancer ranks 16 on the ladder, puts the brakes on that run. Lancer is pulling away again, putting a lot of pressure on Glare to keep this within reach. Lancer struggling with a 3-loss streak in his recent games. Wow, Glare survives a total war. He barely makes it out with 26 HP to make it 7-11. Absolute chaos, that was way too close for comfort. Glare is on a roll now, winning 3 of the last 4 to put a real dent in that lead. The underdog is flipping the script here. Boom, he keeps it rolling with 3 in a row, refusing to let that lead stay comfortable. Gone in just over a second again. Lancer shuts him down without taking a single hit, bringing the score to 9-12 for match point. Cleanest kill of the match so far. Lancer survives the firefight to take it 13-9 and win the map. He finally snaps that losing streak he's been carrying. Glare put up a hell of a fight, but the rank 16 just had too much. Welcome everyone, Ignis and Glare face off in the arena, where the favorite looks to keep their streak alive. Ignis leads the head-to-head 540-216 over the long term. He also took their most recent meeting in convincing fashion, so this early lead isn't a surprise. The question is whether Glare can break that historical pattern today. Ignis pushes a 2-1 lead as Glare fights back. Coming off a 13-9 win against Lancer just now. These rounds are over in a blink. Nobody's getting a second chance today. Glare is fighting from the bottom half of the ladder here. Glare flips the script to lead 3-2. Rank 23 on the ladder, playing above his head right now. Ignis claws back to tie it up at 3-3. He's holding the edge in their map win rates here. Glare is starting to pull ahead here, putting some distance between him and Ignis. Clean kill, barely a second on the clock. Deadlocked at 4-4. Ignis and Glare are completely squared. Coming off a 13-7 win against him on Fast Aim recently. Ignis nudges ahead 5-4, regaining the upper hand. Favorite holding steady here. Complete stalemate. Neither player can put together a real run, and we're back to a dead heat. Ignis grabs a 6-5 edge, barely staying afloat. Ignis rank 13 on the ladder, keeps his composure here. Ignis takes a 7-5 lead into the break. This tracks with the pre-match read as Ignis holds a 71% win rate in their head-to-head history. Glare is keeping it close, but the favorite has the edge. Side swap, fresh start. Ignis stretches his lead to 7-6 after that trade. Fast hands, barely a second of play there. Glare levels the playing field at 7-7. 2 seconds of total play across both rounds. Ignis puts a stop to that little run and pulls back into the driver's seat. Ignis is 17-15 in the last 24 hours, showing he can maintain his level even with a heavy schedule. He's now pairing that stamina with a lead over someone who has dropped several maps in a row. The question is if Glare can find a way to break this momentum. Glare doesn't miss, showing real resilience to keep this close at 10-8. Clean break of that run, keeping this within 2. Wow, a complete bloodbath. He survives with just 14 HP to make it 10-9, continuing this gritty comeback. Insane to see him survive twice in a row with such low health. Unreal, he wipes the slate clean to tie it 10-10, making that 3 in a row. The underdog is completely flipping the script on the favorite. Boom! He doesn't miss, making it 4 in a row to take an 11-10 lead. Our underdog is completely ignoring the pre-match rate. He doesn't even take a hit. 5 in a row for Glare, and he's now at match point. Cleanest kill of the run, barely 2 seconds of action. Game over. He doesn't take a single hit to close out the 6th-round tier and take the map. He completely shatters that head-to-head history today. Ignis had the map edge, but he just couldn't stop that late surge. What a fight! Welcome to Red Line. We have Ignis and Lancer facing off, with the favorite looking to secure another win today. Ignis catches Lancer right off the ramp to take the early lead. He's already won their last head-to-head 13-9. Ignis leads the head-to-head 834, 580 over Lancer. This long-term edge is a stark contrast to Lancer's recent form, as he's won more of his last 10 matches than Ignis has. We'll see if that current momentum can override the history here. Lancer fights back to lock this at 2-all. That was a blink and you miss it, killed. Whoa, he clears him off the ramp in a total slugfest, barely surviving to make it 3-2. Unreal, he walks away with only 21 health. Lancer evens it up at 3-3. We're deadlocked, gone in a flash, barely over the second. Ignis takes him from the ramp to pull ahead again. Coming off a tight 10-13 loss to Glare earlier today. Ignis picks him off the ramp to keep the streak alive. The favorite's ladder edge showing here. Ignis edges ahead 5-4 to reclaim the lead. Lancer's been the stronger of the two over his last 10. Lancer has a 18-14 record in the last 24 hours, showing he's been more consistent across his matches today. That form is clashing with the reality of this specific duel where he's falling behind. The question is whether Lancer can bridge that gap before this slides. Ignis leads 7-5 at the break. This tracks with expectations as the favorite holds a thin lead. Ignis has won 59% of their head-to-head matchups, and that historical advantage is keeping Lancer at arm's length. Side swap, fresh start. Lancer shuts him down from the ramp, showing real resilience to bring this to 7-6. Pure aggression from him to snap that run. Underdogs starting to flip the script here. Ignis takes him from the ramp to put some breathing room back into this lead. Both players sitting in the upper half of the ladder here. Lancer doesn't take a single hit here, showing great resilience to keep this close at 8-7. Boom! He erases him in under a second to tie this up at 8-8, continuing his climb back into the match. Wow, he doesn't take a single hit to make it 9-8-3 in a row now as he erases that early deficit. He denies him from the ramp to make it 4 in a row, taking a 10-8 lead. The underdog is completely flipping the script here. Insane. He takes no damage at all to make it 5 in a row, completing the comeback. Absolute shutdown, didn't even let him land a shot. He knocks him off the ramp to make it 6 straight. Match point for Lancer. Lancer is just refusing to give an inch right now. Whoa, he snaps the streak and doesn't take a single hit to keep Lancer at 12. A clean stop to keep the dream alive. Unreal. He doesn't take a hit to make it 2 in a row, keeping Lancer at match point. Game over. Lancer doesn't take a single hit to close it out and complete the comeback. He finally breaks that head-to-head curse. Ignis had his number for years, but the underdog just stole this one. What a fight! Welcome everyone. Glare and Lancer take on Italy today with the favorite Lancer looking to keep his lead. Lancer leads the head-to-head record 751 to 612. He also took the win in their most recent meeting, and that historical edge seems to be carrying over into this set. The question is if Glare can use his map advantage to flip the script. Lancer pushes ahead 2-1 as Glare fights back. Lancer is playing his third match of the day. Glare has completely flipped the momentum here, taking 3 in a row to seize the lead. Lancer, rank 13 on the ladder, is feeling the pressure. He doesn't even take a hit. That's 3 in a row for Glare. The underdog flips the script on the favorite. Lancer breaks the round to tie it up at 3-3. Coming off a strong 13-10 win over Ignis earlier. Glare edges ahead 4-3 with a clutch play. Lancer, rank 13 on the ladder, can't find the answer. Lancer is playing at a 19-14 pace in the last 24 hours, but that form isn't showing up against Glare right now. The ladder shows a clear gap between these two, yet Lancer is the one fighting for a way back into this. It's a question of whether he can reset. Deadlocked at 5-5. Glare and Lancer are wide open. Insane, half a second for that kill. Glare is pulling ahead, refusing to let Lancer build any real momentum here. The underdog is defying the ladder gap here. 6 at the half. Lancer entered as the favorite, but Glare is playing like he belongs here. Glare's 54% win rate on Italy is showing, keeping this a dead heat heading into the switch. Side swap time to reset. Glare naps a thin 7-6 cushion over Lancer. He's currently ranked 22 on the ladder. Glare extends the gap to 8-6 over Lancer. Lancer just can't find a way to stabilize. Another quick one, keeping him on the back foot. Untouched. He keeps the run going to make it 9-6. Lancer can't find the answer he had in their last meeting. Lancer snaps the run with a clean hit, bringing it to 10-7. Quick reaction there, just over a second for the kill. He doesn't take a scratch. That's 2 in a row as he fights to close the gap. 2 clean hits in a row to pull within 2. He's completely untouched. That's 3 in a row as he claws back from a 4-round deficit. Unreal. He's barely taking a second to find the kill. Wow, he's completely erased that deficit, winning 4 straight to tie it at 10-10. Insane, he's just completely wiped away that lead. Glare snaps the run in under a second to lead 11-10. A tough spot for the favorite to be in. Boom, he doesn't take a hit, putting himself at match point with a 12-10 lead. The underdog completely flips the pre-match script. Doesn't take a scratch, showing real grit to keep this alive at 12-11. Whoa, he just barely survived with less than 30 HP. Unreal, he doesn't take a scratch to tie it at 12-12 and force overtime. The favorite finds a way to force the extra frames. Insane, that was over in a blink, and Glare just snatched the momentum right back. Lancer doesn't take a scratch to tie it at 13-13, continuing this incredible climb back into the set. The favorite refuses to let this one slip. He keeps pushing, taking 2 in a row to lead 14-13 as this comeback continues. 2 clean hits to put the pressure back on. Wow, he's completely untouched, making it 3 in a row to hit match point. The ladder favorite finally finds his footing when it matters most. Glare halts the momentum, fighting back to make it 14-15. That took a bit longer to play out, but he got it done. The underdog refuses to go away. He doesn't take a single hit, tying this up at 15-15 and hitting match point. The underdog just completely erased the ladder gap. Boom. Lancer closes it out from the wine to complete the comeback and take the map. He really had to dig deep in overtime to keep that head-to-head lid intact. Glare almost stole it. What a fight. Welcome to Berserk League. Ignis and Glare face off on orange with the favorite looking for a strong win today. Ignis leads the head-to-head 540-217 over Glare. While Glare actually took their most recent encounter, the long-term history heavily favors Ignis in this matchup. The question is if Glare can flip the script again today. Ignis holds a tight 2-1 lead over Glare. He's coming off a 13-10 win against him just now. Glare has all the momentum now, erasing that early lead to tie this thing up. Rank 15 on the ladder is feeling the pressure. Ignis edges ahead 3-2 to reclaim the lead. That was a lightning fast kill. We're deadlocked at 3 as Glare fights back. The underdog is playing exactly like the favorite today. These rounds are over in a blink. Nobody's getting a second chance today. Coming off a tough 10-13 loss to Lancer just now. Ignis is 17-15 in the last 24 hours, while Glare has struggled more with a 10-15 record today. That difference in form is showing up here as Ignis begins to pull away. We'll see if Glare can find a way to break this slide. He doesn't even take a hit. That's 4 in a row for Ignis. The favorite is asserting control here. Wow, a total slugfest. He survives on a sliver of health to make it 5 in a row before the break. Insane guts to pull that off with almost no health. Ignis takes a 9-3 lead into the break. This is playing out exactly as expected, with the favorite utilizing a 6-round streak to blow this open. Glare needs a complete turnaround on the switch. Side swap, fresh start. Ignis hits 10, leaving Glare far behind. Blink and you missed it. That was a 1-second kill. Rank 23 on the ladder is struggling to keep up. Ignis is just pulling further and further ahead here. Glare can't seem to find a way back in. The favorite is simply too strong today. Both players trade heavy damage, but Ignis survives the scrap to reach match point. Pure scrap, but he comes out on... Boom, he doesn't take a single hit to close it out. Ignis takes the map. He really had his number all day. Glare just couldn't find an answer for that pace. Welcome everyone, we're at the arena for Ignis and Lancer, where the favorite looks to take this one. Ignis leads the all-time head-to-head 834, 581, but Lancer has the momentum after winning their most recent meeting. The historical edge is there for Ignis, yet Lancer is currently on a 3-win streak. We have to see if the favorite can flip the script here. Lancer edges ahead 2-1 as Ignis fights back. That was a blink and you miss it kill. Neither player can hold on to a lead for more than one round. We've got a complete deadlock here. Coming off a strong 13-3 win against Glier earlier. Ignis claws back to lead it 3-2. Two players both sitting in the upper half of the ladder. Lancer levels it up. We're all square at 3-3. Lancer rank 13 on the ladder, keeps this one tight. Wow, that was lightning fast. Ignis is really picking up the pace as we head toward the half. Ignis is 18-15 in the last 24 hours, but that current form is starting to look better as he pulls ahead here. He's playing as the slight favorite in this one, and the scoreline is finally reflecting that expectation. The question is whether Lancer can break this streak before halftime. Absolute chaos. Ignis and Lancer are deadlocked at 5-5. Lancer's 60% recent form is showing through here. Whoa, under a second. These rounds are becoming a total blur as we close in on the half. Ignis takes a 7-5 lead into the break. This tracks with pre-match expectations as the favorite holds the edge. Ignis' 51% win rate on the arena is showing here as he keeps Lancer at arm's length. Side swap, fresh start now. Insane. Both players trade heavy damage in a total bloodbath, but he scrapes through to make it 8. Unreal, he survives that with less than 30 HP. Ignis catches him from the ramp, making it 9-5. He's really pulling away now. Lancer rank 13 is struggling to hold his ground here. Boom, he doesn't even take a hit, making it 3 in a row to lead 10-5. Pure speed on that one, barely a second on the clock. Lancer breaks the streak in a wild exchange, keeping it 10-6. Coming off a 19-14 run over the last day. Ignis is putting some serious distance between them now, leaving Lancer with a mountain to climb. Both players currently sitting in the upper half of the ladder. He snaps that streak right back, moving to 12-6 for match point. The favorite is living up to the billing. Boom. He doesn't take a single hit to close it out and take the map. He just completely shut down that momentum. Lancer brought in here. Ignis takes the series and extends that all-time lead. Welcome to Berserk League. Glare and Lancer face off on Mapas with the favorite Lancer looking for another win. Lancer leads the head-to-head with 752 wins over Glare. He's already beaten Glare in their most recent encounter, and that confidence seems to be carrying over into this set. The question is whether Glare can use his historical edge on this map to flip the script. Lancer edges ahead 2-1, putting the pressure on Glare. Lancer rank 15 on the ladder stays in control. These rounds are over in a blink. Lancer is just faster to the trigger right now. Coming off a tough 13 loss to Ignis earlier. Lancer pushes to 3-2, keeping the momentum high. That was fast, just under 2 seconds. Unreal, a total slugfest that leaves Glare with just 11 HP to tie it. 3-3. The underdog is flipping the script here. Boom. He doesn't even take a hit, making it 3 in a row to lead 4-3. Lancer rank 15 on the ladder is feeling the heat. Whoa, he doesn't even take a hit, making it 4 in a row to lead 5-3. Barely a second of action in that one. Lancer shuts him down without taking a single hit, bringing it to 5-4. Lancer's been active today, putting up a 1914 record. Glare is currently sitting at a 53% win rate on this map. He's playing far above his usual season average here, and he's using that comfort to neutralize the gap on the ladder. Question is if he can keep this pace against a higher rated opponent. Glare takes a 7-5 lead at the break. The underdog is defying the rankings here, using a 4-round win streak to put the favorite on his heels. We'll see if Lancer can recover his footing after the switch. Lancer needs a total reset here. Glare pulls further ahead, now leading 8-5. Glare is shaking off that 3-13 loss to Ignis. He doesn't take a scratch here, showing some real resilience to keep this close at 8-6. The favorite is fighting to reclaim his spot on the ladder. Glare surges to 9-6, leaving Lancer in the dust. The underdog is completely disregarding the ladder rankings here. Lancer catches him from the ramp without taking a hit, showing some real grit to make it 9-7. The higher rated player is finally starting to stabilize. Glare strikes again to stretch his lead to 10-7. Glare is playing way above his rank 23 standing here. Glare's pulling away now. This win streak has him firmly in the driver's seat. Lancer snaps the streak and cuts the lead to 3, keeping his hopes alive here. A bit more of a scrap that time, taking over 5 seconds. Lancer doesn't take a scratch here, making it 2 in a row as he fights back from that 4-round deficit. The favorite is finally starting to close the gap. Wow, he doesn't take a scratch, making it 3 in a row to keep this comeback alive. The favorite is finally reclaiming the momentum. Insane. Both players trade heavy hits in a blur, but Glare survives with 14 HP to reach match point at 12-10. That's his third survival under 30 HP today. Lancer digs deep to stay alive, keeping this fight going at 12-11. The favorite refuses to let this one slip away. Game over. Glare wins the duel 13-11 to take the map. He just completely ignored that head-to-head history to pull off the upset. Lancer fought back hard, but it wasn't enough. What a match. Welcome to the Berserk League. Ignis and Glare face off on Dunes with the favorite looking to stay dominant. Ignis has won 71% of their career meetings. He also handled Glare quite easily in their most recent duel, so this early lead for Glare is a bit of a surprise. The question is whether Glare can actually flip the script here. Glare holds a 2-1 edge as we reset. He's fighting back after that 3-13 loss to Ignis earlier. These rounds are over in a blink. Neither player is giving the other a second to breathe. Ignis pulls ahead 3-2 to seize the momentum. He's coming off a strong 13-6 win against Lancer. Deadlock. Ignis and Glare are tied 3-3. Ignis rank 13 on the ladder, can't quite shake him. Glare is picking up steam here, taking 2 in a row to pull ahead. The underdog is playing like the favorite right now. Ignis levels it at 4-4, we're back to square one. That was a quick snap to settle it. Glare naps the lead, 5-4. Fast exchange, just a blur. clean kill, just a blink of an eye. Glare is 11-16 in the last 24 hours, yet he is playing this specific set as the aggressor. He is fighting against a long-term history of losses to Ignis, but the current score suggests he has finally found a way to break that pattern. Glare leads 7-5 at the break. He's defying a lifetime 71% loss rate against Ignis by holding the lead here. We're seeing a genuine surprise as the underdog keeps the favorite at arm's length. Side swap. Let's see a response. Glare barely clings to a 7-6 lead. Quick snap to keep this close. He's the higher rated player on the ladder for a reason. Glare pushes it to 8-6, extending the gap. Quick snap to regain the advantage. Glare is putting together a real run here, picking up 3 of the last 4 to widen the gap. 2 quick ones to put a 3-round cushion on it. Ignis answers back instantly, taking the round in under a second without taking a hit. Another for him. He's showing real resilience to pull this within 1. 2 quick ones to put this right back in reach. Glare holds a slim 10-8 cushion as we reset. Both players sitting in the upper half of the ladder today. Glare is pulling away now. He's put together another run to keep Ignis at arm's length. Boom. He shuts down that run with a clean hit to reach match point. Unreal. He just shuts the door on that comeback. Insane. He survives a total war of a fight to take 4 in a row and the map. He finally breaks the curse against Ignis to pull this off on a map he usually struggles with. It's just wild. What a fight. Welcome everyone, Ignis and Lancer are facing off on Italy with the favorite looking to keep their lead. Ignis holds a 59% win rate in their head-to-head history. He also took their most recent encounter in a convincing fashion, which seems to be weighing on Lancer's confidence. The question is whether Lancer can break that psychological edge today. Ignis leads 2-1, putting the pressure on Lancer. Quick trade, and he brings this right back to a one-round gap. Lancer's really picking up speed here, erasing that early lead in a blink. Fast reflexes there, settling the score completely. Lancer catches him from the wine, taking 3 in a row. Lancer's coming off a 19-14 run over the last day. Both players catch each other, but he survives the exchange to make it 4 in a row. Ignis is usually the favorite in this matchup. Boom! He doesn't even take a hit, making it 5 in a row. 1 second, that was a blink, and you miss it kill. He snaps back with a sub-second kill, showing some real resilience to make it 3-5. Another clean one for him, erasing Lancer's streak and chipping away at that early deficit. Unreal, he survives the initial burst to take 3 in a row and tie this up at 5-5. He's playing with way more breathing room now. Lancer catches him clean to reclaim the lead before the break, making it 6-5. Wraps up the first half with the lead. We're tied 6-6 at the break. This match is the pre-match read, as the favorite isn't pulling away yet. Lancer's 5-round run kept him in it, but Ignis is still playing the role of the steadier hand. Side swap, fresh start. He doesn't even take a hit here, reclaiming the lead to make it 7-6. Cleanest kill of the match so far. Lancer strikes back to lock this at 7-7. 2 of the top 15 on the ladder deadlocked. Lancer edges head 8-7 with a clutch play. Both players sitting in the upper half of the ladder right now. Wow, he doesn't take a single hit to make it 3 in a row. Both players sitting in the upper half of the ladder. He doesn't take a hit, extending the run to 4 in a row. Lancer's looking for redemption after that 6-13 loss to him earlier. He doesn't take a single hit, making it 5 in a row to lead 11-7. Both players sitting in the upper half of the ladder. Lancer knocks him off the wine to make it 6 in a row, match point. Tough break for Ignis, getting picked off from that spot. Game over. He finishes the map without taking a hit to make it 7 in a row. He finally breaks that head-to-head curse, getting one over Ignis for the first time in a while. Welcome everyone. Glare and Lancer meet on orange, where the favorite faces a tough test today. Lancer leads the head-to-head 752 to 613 over the long term. He usually gets the better of Glare, but he's coming off a loss to the same opponent in their most recent meeting. The question is whether Lancer can reclaim that historical edge today. Lancer edges ahead 2-1, putting the pressure on Glare. Lancer, rank 14 on the ladder, is asserting that authority. Wow, a total slugfest. Glare survives by a hair to tie that tooth. Insane, he just barely clung to that one with 22 HP. Glare pulls ahead 3-2 to seize the momentum. Pure speed there, barely a second to decide it. Lancer fights back to lock it at 3-3. Lancer, rank 14 on the ladder, keeps things level. These rounds are ending in a blink. Glare is just a hair faster right now. Whoa, a total bloodbath! He scrapes through with just 26 HP to make it 5. Coming off a 13-8 win over Ignis today. Boom. He didn't take a single hit there, making it 3 in a row. The favorite is starting to look vulnerable here. Lancer doesn't take a single hit here, showing real resilience to cut the lead to 6-4. Lancer is playing a 2013 day so far, but he's struggling to get that same momentum going in this specific match. Our rating has him as the clear favorite here, yet Glare is the one controlling the pace. The question is if Lancer can bridge that gap before halftime. Glare leads 7-5 at the break. The underdog is defying the rankings and playing like the better man here. Lancer holds a 55% head-to-head win rate, but he can't stop Glare from dictating this match. Lancer needs a total reset here. Unreal. He survives a total firefight with only 26 HP to keep this comeback alive. Another scramble where he barely walks away. Wow, he survives a chaotic exchange to tie this up at 7-7. The favorite is finally playing to his ranking. Clean kill. He makes it 3 in a row to take the lead 8-7. The ladder's top 15 is asserting its place here. Another clean kill. He makes it 4 in a row, erasing that early deficit. Total shutdown, not even a single shot fired back. Glare answers back with a clean hit to bring the score to 8-9. Fastest exchange of the match so far. Lancer answers back to make it 10-8, continuing this grid to erase the deficit. The ladder's top 15 is reclaiming the driver's seat. Glare strikes back to make it a 9-10 nail-biter. He's fighting to repeat that 13-11 result from their last meeting. Both players take heavy damage in a scrap, but Lancer survives to lead 11-9. Rough exchange there, both players nearly went down together. Lancer doesn't take a single hit to make it 12-9, he's at match point. The favorite is finally taking full control here. Boom, he doesn't take a single hit to seal it, completing the comeback and taking the map. He had to dig deep, but Lancer settles the score after that loss in their last meeting. Glare fought a hell of a fight, hard-fought win. Welcome everyone. Ignis and Glare take the stage at the arena with the favorite looking for a strong win. Ignis holds a 71% win rate in their head-to-head history. Glare actually took their most recent meeting, so Ignis is looking to reclaim that psychological edge early. The question is whether Glare can flip the script again. Ignis leads 2-1, putting the pressure on Glare. Wow, a 1-second kill. Ignis is really picking up speed here. These last 2 rounds have been over in a heartbeat. The favorite is taking control here. He catches Glare from the boost, making it 3 in a row. He's looking to bounce back after that 8-13 loss to Glare. Glare snaps the streak with a clean 1-second kill, showing some real resilience to keep this close. Ignis is sitting at 15-17 in the last 24 hours. He just came off a tough loss to Lancer, so this lead over Glare is a welcome change of pace. The question is if he can keep this momentum going. Glare digs in and wins a messy scrap to pull it back to 5-3. That was a scrap, but he barely survived it. Ignis pushes it to 6-3, widening that gap. The favorite is making it look easy. Whoa, a total bloodbath. He scrapes through with a tiny sliver of health to make it 7-3. He keeps the run alive with 3 in a row, heading into the break with an 8-3 lead. Ignis leads 9-3. This is playing out exactly as expected, with the favorite using a 4-round streak to blow the game open. He's leaning on that 71% head-to-head win rate to keep Glare off balance. Side swap time for a reset. Ignis dominates the board, pushing it to 10-3. The rank 15 guy is showing why he's higher on the ladder. Ignis is just pulling further and further away here. Glare can't find a way to slow this down. Glare is struggling after that 9-13 loss to Lancer. Glare keeps fighting back, refusing to let this match slide away without the struggle. Both guys sitting in the upper half of the ladder. He doesn't take any damage on that kill, moving to match point at 12-4. Clean exit, no damage taken on that one. He shuts that down in under a second, keeping the dream alive at 12-5. Fast reflex kill to keep the resistance going. Boom, boom, it closes it out in a blink to take the map 13-5. He just completely reclaimed that psychological edge today. Glare had no answer for the favorite on the arena. Welcome to Berserk League. Ignis and Lancer take on Fast Aim with the favorite looking for a strong win. Ignis holds a 59% win rate in their head-to-head history. That long-term edge is being tested here as Lancer actually took their most recent meeting in a convincing fashion. We'll see if Lancer can repeat that result today. Wow, a total bloodbath. Ignis scrapes by with just 8 HP to make it 2-1. Lancer's been the hotter player today with 21 wins. Lancer claws back to tie it up at 2-2. He's coming off a strong 13-7 win over Ignis today. Ignis takes it from the ramp, pulling ahead to a 1-round lead. Lancer's actually the higher rated guy on the ladder. Lancer picks him off the ramp to bring this right back to a dead heat. Ignis is trying to shake off those 2 recent losses to Glare. Lancer takes him from the window, extending the lead to 5-3. Lancer's been the more active player today with 21 wins. He keeps it rolling, 3 in a row for Lancer to make it 5-3. The underdog is flipping the script here. Ignis knocks him off the ramp to break the run, making it 4-5. Clean kill there, barely a second of play. Ignis levels it up. We're all square at 5-5. The favorite is finally asserting that long-term edge. 3 in a row for Ignis. He deletes Lancer without taking a hit before the break. Ignis leads 7-5 these half tracks with the pre-match expectations as the favorite holds a narrow lead. Ignis used a 4-round streak to seize control after Lancer kept it close early on. Side swap, fresh start. Lancer picks him off the ramp to tie this up. We've got a dead heat on our hands. Lancer's been more active today with 21 wins total. Unreal. Both players were shredded in that scrap, but he survives with just 12 HP to tie it at 7-7. Ignis edges ahead, taking a slim 8-7 lead. Blink and you missed it, under a second of play. Ignis snipes him off the ramp. He's really starting to pull away here. Both players are fighting from the upper half of the ladder. He's on fire. 3 in a row for Ignis, and he doesn't even take a hit. Lancer's 21, 12 days hitting a wall here. Another one, that's 4 in a row for Ignis, and he doesn't even take a hit. Lancer catches him from the ramp to snap that run. Lancer, rank 13 on the ladder, refuses to go away. Lancer knocks him off the toolbox, keeping the comeback alive to make it 11-9. 2-fast fight of the match so far, lasting over 3 seconds. Ignis knocks him off the ramp to reach match point, moving to 12-9. The favorite's firmly back in the driver's seat. Boom, he doesn't take a single hit to close it out. Taking the map 13-9. He really leans on that all-time history in this rivalry, getting the better of Lancer once again. Welcome to Redline. Glare takes on the favorite Lancer in today's Berserk League duel. Let's get started. Lancer holds a significant lead with 753 total wins in their head-to-head history. He is also sitting in the upper half of our rating, making this early lead for Glare a surprising start. The question is whether Glare can actually flip the script here. Glare pushes ahead 2-1, keeping the pressure on Lancer. He's coming off a strong 2013 day so far. Lancer takes him from the ramp and wipes away that early lead to tie it up. Lancer, rank 15 on the ladder, is asserting his authority. Untouched. He wipes the floor with him to make it 3 in a row. Lancer mirrors his last head-to-head win here. Insane Glare picks him off the ramp in a nail-biter to tie it at 3-3. Barely survived that one with only 21 HP. Both players on the ramp, and Glare just comes out on top to take a lead. Underdog is completely flipping the script here. Whoa, a total slugfest. He barely survives that trade to tie it at 4-4. Lancer, rank 15 on the ladder, keeps things dead even. Glare pulls ahead 5-4 to reclaim the lead. Fast and clean, just over a second to put it away. Glare is 12-18 in the last 24 hours. Yet he is the one dictating the pace here. He just lost to Lancer in their most recent meeting, so this lead represents a genuine shift in momentum. We have to see if Lancer can find a way to stop this slide. Glare leads 7-5 at the break. He's defying the odds and outplaying the favorite right now. Lancer holds a 55% all-time win rate in their head-to-head, but is struggling to close out rounds against Glare's current pace. Side swap time for a reset. Both players meet on the ramp, but Glare wins the race to make it 8-5. Hard to believe the rank 23 guy is this comfortable. Glare picks him off the ramp to keep this run going. Lancer's win in their most recent meeting feels like a lifetime ago. Unreal. He doesn't take a single hit to make it 3 in a row and a 10-5 lead. Lancer just came off a loss to Ignis today. Lancer snaps that run with a clean kill, bringing it to 10-6. Lancer is typically the slight favorite in this matchup. Glare is just pulling away now, 5 rounds clear, and the momentum is firmly in his favor. Boom! Boom! He doesn't take a single hit to reach match point 12-6. Lancer is usually the one in control of this matchup. Lancer shuts him down without taking a hit, keeping the dream alive at 12-7. A tough climb for the favorite to overcome this gap. Wow! A total brawl. He survives with just 7 HP to take the map 13-7. He just completely rewrote the history books on this one. Lancer had his number for years, but Glare's just too hot today. Welcome everyone! Ignis and Glare are facing off on Italy, with the favorite looking to keep their streak alive. Ignis has won 71% of their lifetime meetings. He also took a decisive victory over Glare in their very last match. And that psychological edge seems to be playing a role here. The question is whether Glare can find a way to flip the script. Ignis leads 2-1, putting the pressure on Glare. He's actually got the edge on this map historically. Unreal. Both players get shredded in that exchange, but he survives with just 4 HP to make it 3-1. He's coming off a 13-9 win against Lancer. Glare fights back to keep it 3-2. That was a blink and you miss it exchange. Ignis pulls further ahead now, making it 4-2. Ignis, rank 13 on the ladder, is just playing his game. Ignis is playing a 16-16 day so far. He's staying consistent across several matches, while Glare is struggling with a 13-18 record over the last 24 hours. The question is whether Glare can break this slump before the gap becomes too wide. Glare snaps the streak with a clean hit, making it 2 in a row as he claws back. Cleanest kill of the match so far. Ignis pushes to 6-4, regaining a comfortable cushion. Favorite holding his ground as expected. He shows great resilience here, clawing back to 6-5 just before the break. A quick exchange to wrap the first half. We're tied 6-6 at the break. This tracks the pre-match raid as Ignis is keeping pace despite Glare holding a 54% win rate on Italy. We'll see if Glare can use that map edge to pull ahead after the switch. Side swap, fresh start. Ignis edges ahead 7-6 to seize the momentum. He's coming off a 13-5 win against his opponent today. Nick. The rank 13 player is just too consistent today. He shuts down that run immediately. 3 in a row for Ignis. That was a blink of an eye trade. He doesn't even take a hit. That's 4 in a row to make it 10-6. Total shutdown in under a second. Glare snaps that run with a clean hit, bringing it to 10-7. Coming off a 13-7 win against Lancer earlier. He keeps this run going with 2 in a row, showing real resilience to pull it back to 10-8. Boom. He doesn't take a single hit, making it 3 in a row as he erases that 4-round deficit. Ignis halts that run with a clean hit to make it 11-9. The favorite keeps things under control here. He shuts that down in less than a second. Ignis is at match point 12-9. Favorite is putting on a clinic to close this out. Wow, he doesn't take a hit to close it out, winning the map 13-9. Glare had the map history on his side, but he just couldn't overcome that lifelong head-to-head deficit against Ignis. Welcome to the Berserk League. Ignis and Lancer take on Dunes, with the favorite looking to keep their streak alive. Ignis holds a 59% win rate in their head-to-head history. He actually beat Lancer 39 in their very last meeting. So the current scoreline is a bit of a surprise. The question is whether Lancer can actually flip the script here. Unreal. He doesn't even take a hit to make it 3 in a row. Ignis coming off 3 straight wins today, but can't find it here. Total slugfest, but he survives the scrap to make it 4 in a row. Ignis is usually the clear favorite in this matchup. He snaps to the head instantly, taking the round without taking a single hit. Whoa, a complete bloodbath. He survives on just 6 HP to make it 2 in a row. Absolute scramble, but he manages to keep the lead in sight. Boom, boom, boom. He snaps the streak and makes it 3 in a row to close the gap. Quick work there, barely 3 seconds to wrap it up. Lancer halts the momentum, taking the round to lead 5-3. He's playing against the guy ranked 13th on the ladder. He digs deep to win the scrap, showing real resilience to keep this close at 4-5. Under 3 seconds to get the board moving again. Lancer is 18-14 in the last 24 hours, which matches the confidence we're seeing here. He's playing with a lot of momentum after a few tough losses earlier today. Now the question is if he can actually close this out. Lancer leads 7-5. We expected Ignis to control this, but the underdog is actually steering the pace despite Ignis holding a 59% head-to-head win rate. Lancer is playing like the frontrunner heading into the switch. Side swap. Fresh start. Lancer pulls ahead 8-5, firmly in the driver's seat, coming off a strong 39 win against Claire earlier today. He takes a few hits but manages to fire back, continuing this climb after that early deficit. Quick response there, wrapping that up in under 3 seconds. He doesn't take a single hit to make it 2 in a row, continuing this climb. Pure speed, wrapping that up in a single second. Lancer pushes to 9-7, putting a grip on this. Both sitting in the upper half of our rating. Lancer stretches his lead to 10-7, staring down the finish. Under 2 seconds again, just completely erasing that small rally. Ignis doesn't take a single hit here, showing real resilience to keep this fight alive at 8-10. He doesn't take a hit and makes it 2 in a row, continuing this climb to 9-10. The favorite is finally starting to reclaim the pace. Lancer shuts down that rally just in time, keeping the gap at 2. Lancer, rank 15, refuses to let the favorite back in. He deletes him in less than a second without taking a hit, refusing to let this lead stretch. He wins the exchange to make it 12-10. Lancer is now on match point. The underdog is completely flipping the script here. Wow. He doesn't take a hit to keep this comeback alive at 11-12. Clean work, barely over a second to force this. Insane, a total scrapper. Both players trade heavy hits, but he survives to tie it 12-12. Man, both players are completely spent after that scrap. We are heading straight into overtime. Neither player can put the other away. Fast hands there, shutting it down in under 2 seconds. Cleanest kill of the map. He erases him in 1 second to tie it 13-13. We are seeing a total stalemate here. Every single round is basically a coin flip at this stage. Both sitting in the upper half of our rating. Lancer doesn't take a single hit to make it 2 in a row. He's on match point. Clean as a whistle, barely 2 seconds to wrap it up. He denies the match point with a clean hit, refusing to go down after that early deficit. Boom! He doesn't take a single hit to close this out and take the match. He finally flips the script in overtime, shaking off that head-to-head history to take the series. Lancer had to work for that.